Have you ever looked up to somebody and you're like, I would really love to be this person? And you try doing everything to model that person. And you push this to the extent that you stop being yourself just because you want to be perfect, just because you want to be appreciated like the person. Maybe you've looked at this person, he or she is celebrated, he is out there living the good life, enjoying the fame, the wealth, the attention, and all that. And you just want to be like that. But in the process of trying to become that person, you lose yourself. You stop being yourself. You lose your self-identity. And you begin to mirror their personality, the way they act, the way they talk, and this erodes your own self-esteem. So in this video, we'll be looking into this in depth, and I'm going to be using myself and my personal story to help drive home this point. So let's get into the video.
Life Upgrade Podcast.
I started doing creating content on the internet a couple of years back, and I'm going to show you a clip of the video I first shot when I started. It's really hilarious.
I've learned a lot, so we love you to subscribe and want you to be a part of our channel. God bless you.
Now, when I started making content on YouTube, I will always go through YouTube to look at the big creators, look at people who were doing really well and try to model them. I had zero gadgets, zero equipment, zero knowledge. I had to push myself. I had to learn. I had to become better. I was trying to become like those people I looked up to. And I did everything I could to succeed. I did everything I could possibly do to improve, which isn't a bad thing anyway. But the problem is this. Why I was chasing perfection, chasing improvement, I slowly began to lose my self-esteem because I will always compare myself to those people. I will always want to be like them. And when I look at the difference in skills, difference in knowledge, difference in experience, I always feel inferior. So I was always trying to show people who I am not by pretending to be those people I look up to. So that way I started to erode my self-identity, my self-esteem, and I wasn't being real. So a couple of years down the line, I started a podcast known as the Life Upgrade Podcast, where I want to share to help people improve their life. And the same pattern began to repeat itself again, where I look up to big creators and try to replicate their success, trying to sound professional, sound like them. At some certain point, I even tried to learn a new accent because I felt that my accent, the way I speak, the way I behave, it would just seem so weird and awkward. So I was trying to change all those things about me. So it took me a long time to first begin to appreciate my experience, my skills, and who I am. It was a big struggle for me. I know a lot of people will find this funny because most times on my podcast, I will always teach, be yourself, try to be yourself, be original. But I never really understood what that means. I think my problem was that I was finding it very difficult to differentiate uniqueness, being unique, being original, and self-development and self-improvement. Sometimes we find it confusing because you're trying to develop yourself, develop your skill set, we're trying to be better, but at the end of the day, we have to look up to a role model. Sometimes we call them role models, sometimes we call them mentors. It's very easy for us to lose sight or lose track of who we are or who we want to be or who we truly are. Where the problem starts from is when you begin to try to copy everything they do. The way they talk, the way they act, the way they dress, the way they speak, just try to become like them. You begin to erode your own self, like your identity. You begin to lose your own identity. Another thing that stops people from being their true self is perfection. Perfection has slowed me down. Perfection have made me lose valuable opportunities. Perfection has made me to has kept me down for a very long time. Here's how. I want to use the analogy of making videos. Sometimes I shoot videos and I want to put those I want to put those videos out there, but I just feel they're not good enough. Or I want to try something new. I just feel I'm not going to be good at this stuff, so there's no need for me to even try. And it's always the case for me. So I later began to understand that perfection isn't something positive. We are trying to become perfect, we are trying to become better, but we can allow perfection to become a cage, in the sense that just because we want to be perfect, we want to appear perfect, not to be perfect per se, we want to appear perfect. We begin to act in a certain kind of way. We begin to do things in a certain kind of way. We begin to speak, dress, talk, and relate to people in a certain kind of way. And at the end of the day, we end up wearing a mask. We are not showing our true self. We are not being our true self. And deep down, we know that we are not our true self. And sometimes people can even feel it, that this person is pretending, it's all pretense, you understand, just because we want to appear perfect. Let me digress a bit. Humanity, being real, is not all about being perfect. It's about showing who you truly are, showing your weaknesses, and understanding that that's what makes you human. That's what shows that you are learning, you're growing. Even if you make mistakes, you fail, and you are imperfect, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really count. Someone out there is going to look at your imperfections and value it. You don't believe me? Let's take another example. The whole growing trend about artificial intelligence, AI. AI is trying to be perfect. Now, if you watch a video on YouTube, we see a video made with AI, an article, a piece of art made by AI. There's less value. It may look incredibly perfect, but you might value someone's work that is a bit awkward, weird, imperfect, and real. You understand? So that's the value of imperfection. And it took me a whole while to understand this. These are some of the challenges people deal with when they are trying to be their own unique self. Is something very, very difficult. It is difficult for a lot of people to be real, because they are scared of judgment, they are scared of criticism, they are scared that people will not like them, or they are trying to mirror their role model or their mentor. So I'm going to give us some tips that we can take to help us begin to find our own, to be our own unique self, and to be real, to be you, to be really who you are. The first step is identifying purpose, what you really want. If you don't know why you're living, why you exist, why you do the things you do, there wouldn't be any need for you to do them in the first place. And even if you try doing those things, they will not come from your heart, and you won't find pleasure or value doing those stuff. But when something is tied to a strong purpose, it is easy to give it your all. So, for example, you want to start a business, you need a strong purpose to start a business. You need to be motivated by something, and at the core is purpose. Maybe you want to change the world, maybe you want to make money, maybe you want to you want financial freedom. At the end of the day, you need a strong purpose. And for your life, for you as a human being, you need a strong purpose. Why do you exist? Why are you taking the path you're taking right now? What are you planning to achieve at the end of the day? Where are you heading to? Where is your destination? Difficult question for a lot of people to answer, but it starts from there. You cannot be yourself if you do not know who you want to be or who you are. So purpose is connected to self-identity. If you know why you exist, why you are doing the things you do, you will know who you are. That's self-identity. If you know who you are, it is easy to be yourself rather to be someone else. So, and that self-identity and purpose is going to be the foundation of every single thing you're going to be doing with your life here on earth. Take it from me. Be it business, education, relationship, work, whatever it is going to be the foundation of those things. If you don't have a strong core purpose for your life, you will be swayed by what's trending. You'll be swayed by what other people are doing. You will never be locked in. You will be distracted. You will lose focus. You will be discouraged easily. You will never be consistent. So it's all tied to first your purpose, then your self identity. Number two, if you really want to be yourself, you have to eliminate the fear of what are people going to say? What do people think about me? I used to have this friend that always make decisions based on what he thinks that other people would think about it, which is a very deadly or which is a very bad way to live. So before you take any action, make any decision, you first think about what other people will think about it, which will slow you down in life. It will make it very difficult for you to make progress. You don't do things because of what people think. You do things because you're looking forward to achieving something, because you have a destination in mind, because there's something different or there's something important you're trying to achieve. Because sometimes when you think about what other people are going to think and you look at your capacity, your abilities, your strength, when you find out that there's no possible way you will be able to achieve those things at your current level, you'll be like, when I start this stuff, people are just going to laugh at me. They are just going to think I'm weird. You're never going to do anything important with your life. You see, when you take up a goal and you commit yourself to it, right? And you start small, people might discourage you, people might talk. That shouldn't become an obstacle. Just be yourself. Understand that you are making progress, you are learning, you are growing, and that's what's important. It doesn't matter what other people think. What other people think of you will not get the job done. Close your ears and your eyes to what people think or say. You will make 10 times progress than you believe. You'll be able to unlock abilities you never knew existed inside of you. So yeah, this is it. So the driving force for every single thing I'm doing is to help people find fulfillment, find purpose, live a life they'll be proud of, achieve their goals, bring their dreams to reality, build systems that will help the world make progress, build people that will build valuable stuff, build people that will work together to improve society, that will help make the world a better place generally. So that's my main mission. That's my goal, to pull people from the circle of doubts, of mediocrity, and help them begin to understand that their life is valuable, and so they can also use the opportunity to help other people. That's just my main goal. YouTube is a tool to help me achieve that goal. So in the past, when I was trying to be so perfect, to appear like the guru, to appear like someone who knows it all, I was every of my video, my podcast, everything was scripted because I was scared to make mistake. But along the line, I understood that if I'm going to connect with people deeply, if I'm going to be touching people's life, if I'm going to be helping people, pulling them from their dark places and helping them understand the principles of life, then sometimes I realize that I just have to be myself. So that's why from this video is not just me trying to tell you to change to be yourself. Is also a message to me. This is a new mode. I'm not gonna care about the views, the engagement. I won't care about how many people are watching the video, who how many views I'm getting, how much money I'm making, because the purpose is not making money. It's not to make money on YouTube. It's just to find the people who will really need help and need this message. Money was one of the driving force that led me to start up a whole lot of things, because I thought I can buy back my freedom, make money doing what I love. Yes, which I really want to do, but I don't want to place my focus on it because it's another way to be distracted. If I want to focus on the monetary aspect of this, I will have to chase the algorithm. I will have to use strong hook and good titles, better thumbnails, just to try to draw people. But I don't want to do that. I just want everything to be sincere. So if you really want to support me, it's time to hit the subscribe button, share this video, and join my Patreon. Join my Patreon. I'll be releasing more videos like this, exclusive content from my Patreon. And you can also join my community on Discord where we can have deep conversation like this. Because I believe in the power of community. I believe in growing together. Joining my Patreon is supporting this channel to grow, to have the foundational resources we need to excel. So if you can't for now, that's fine. If you can't for now, you can just subscribe and that will be enough. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section. We'll continue the discussion from there. The link to the Patreon, to the Discord, everything will be in the description. If you are listening to this from a podcast platform like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, just check the link or head over to Substack and you'll get all the details you need, or you can send me an email. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.